Yo guys, how's it going? And welcome back to the channel. And today is part number 19 for my team career mode here on F1 22. Just a couple of things to get into before we start this video. First of all, sorry about the lengthy break between episodes. If you have missed any, I will leave a link in the description of the last video and the whole playlist to all the episodes of this series as well. And you might be able to notice as well, I am actually on a actual microphone. I got a Blue Yeti microphone literally that's come today, so that's why I'm finishing this series off in style with my new microphone. So if I do sound a bit different, that is why. And on with the video then. So here we go. This is it, part number 19 for my team career mode at the USA Grand Prix Circuit of Americas. And coming into these final few races, we are going to be doing quick practice for the rest of the season, just to speed things up a little bit. Because this series has been going on for a long time and I do want it wrapped up sort of in time before December-ish. So this is why I'm going to be finishing off all the videos today. So you should be seeing them come out, all of them, next week. So this series will be finished next week. So after all the waffling, we have completed practice. We got a load of resource points there, and now we are 1.5 resource points up. Not that it matters too much because obviously this is the final season and we're not going to be doing it anymore until next year. So I do think for next year we are going to do a shorter custom calendar because a full season is just a little bit too long for me, I feel. But we are nearly ready to go for qualifying now. We're just having a look at the R&D. Not that it matters too much, but I do want to play this in my free time afterwards as well. And there we go, we do a downforce upgrade as well, and now we are ready for qualifying. So here we go then for qualifying the US Grand Prix, and I do love the Circuit of Americas, but I am going to be honest, I am not very good at this circuit at all. I do struggle for pace around here, so coming into this one it's going to be interesting. And now obviously we're doing quick practice. Qualifying is our sort of practice basically, so this is why this first lap's sort of going to be a banker, and that will continue for the rest of the episode. But nevertheless, onward with our first lap. It's not been too bad so far. We've just been sort of taking it easy. Once again, building the confidence, getting our eye in. Like I said, with no practice, we're just trying to build the confidence. And yeah, as we can see, we're not pushing the limits so far. But the sky looking very ominous as well. So hopefully no rain expected. I don't think there was any when I saw it at the home screen. But nevertheless, we go over the line with a 137.5 on our second run here through the final corner, up by just about 2.5 tenths. As we come up to the line, it was about 3 tenths of an improvement. So we improve on our time, but not on our position, unfortunately. So we're going back to the garage, as you can see, putting another fresh set of softs on, under fueling the car a little bit as well. I think I was loaded for about 10 laps. So I don't know why that was. So yeah, I think that probably hindered my progress as well on that lap. But nevertheless, going for our second run here. And as you can see, we're really struggling at the moment. We are literally just sort of matching what we're previously doing, and that is sort of what's happened for the whole weekend really. We were just really struggling for pace, and as you can see, we're down by a tenth coming to the end of that same lap, and we are just above by just under a tenth. We are not improving as much as we need to be, and as you can see, as we cross the line there, we just go under our time again. So we didn't even improve that time, and worst comes to worst, we've got underbody damage right at the end of the session, so we are not going to be able to get another run in this session. So there we go, it's P22 for the American Grand Prix. So very disappointing. Look at that, 3.7 seconds off. We were miles behind, and like I said, I knew I was slow around here. I didn't realise I was that slow. That's concerning going into the rest of the weekend, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know where the pace has gone, but hopefully we can bounce back during the race. Obviously, we are normally always more confident in the race anyway. But yeah, not good at all. And, well, it is raining for the race as well, and we've set the car up for qualifying because we had a dry setup on. So that's going to make things even worse coming into this race because we've got a dry setup on. So that's going to make us even slower. Let's see how this race goes.
Welcome once again then. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Sainz, Lando Norris and Ricciardo, Fernando Alonso, Ocon, Gasly and George Russell, Bottas, Tsunoda, Alex Albon and Verstappen, Vettel, Magnussen, Lance Stroll and Daniel Ticktum, Mick Schumacher, James, Joe. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty, and Nicholas Latifi. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. And a warm welcome to Natalie Pinkham, who's beside me in the commentary box today. Should we kick off our conversation with George Russell? That was a great win in the last race, but can they keep that momentum going into this weekend?
Well, there are never any guarantees in this business, but certainly the performance last time out will have boosted their confidence coming into this race.
Well, here we go then. And like I said, we are on the intermediate tyres, so not full wet racing, but nevertheless, like I said, we've got a dry setup on, so this is going to probably really hinder our progress coming into this race. So it's definitely I'm not feeling confident for this one at all, and I was asking the engineer throughout the race what the conditions were doing. I think he said there was expecting a few more bits of rain. And as you can see, the tyres are absolutely freezing as well, so I've not done very well on the formation lap at all then. But nevertheless, building to 5 red lights. It's lights out and away we go. And it's actually a really good start, considering our tyres were ice cold and in the wet. Not too bad at all, as Ticktum there dancing all over the track as we head up towards turn 1 for the first time. Up the inside of a lot of cars, had to cut the corner there as Albon giving me no space whatsoever. I don't know if he was side by side with another car, but we are into P15 nonetheless, so not been too bad of a start as Vettel tries to find our trying to fire away around me there as we completely cut that off, and now we are right behind Albon, and this massive train ahead of us here has started to form already on lap 1 here, as we are just trying to tiptoe our way around this track as Vettel once again trying to look around the outside of us as we come now down towards the hairpin for the first time. And as you can see, really struggling already for traction out of that corner as Albon gets a massive gap on us there as he's now trying to look around the outside of Tsunoda coming onto the back straight here, and probably will have a nice little run now and maybe we can get into the slipstream of Albon. And this was the other thing that I noticed as well. Look how much time we're losing to the guys ahead, and now Vettel is going to put us under pressure. Our straight line speed this race is absolutely awful, and there's a car off to the right hand side. There's Verstappen and the safety car has come out, so what on earth has happened there onto the back straight? I don't know what's happened. This is the replay of Max. He's behind the Alfa Romeo and he's just crashed into him. I think he's just locked up the brakes and he's just gone right into the back of the Alfa Romeo. So that is an amateur hour for Max Verstappen, and he's now out of the American Grand Prix, so no more Max for this Grand Prix, and we now have a safety car. So the race is dialed down again, and I'm glad it did, because you saw how slow I was on that back straight, and that is concerning for the rest of this Grand Prix. I have no idea if that's down to the dry setup or not, but we are slow as hell, as now we're getting ready for the safety car restart on lap 3 here, as we're now getting ready to start the race. So lap 4 we're going to go on to start the race once again, and we are now green flag racing as we exit the final corner. I always feel like the safety car always ends at a really awkward time for us, but nevertheless we're green flag racing once again. Let's see what the pace is like. Now the tyres are probably a little bit warmed up. I'm in the groove a little bit more now as well in the rain, as we're not able to mount a challenge just yet, and Vettel's still right up my gearbox as we restart this race. P14 at the moment after Verstappen's DNF. Now here we go on the back straight once again. Let's see what the pace is like down the back straight. And look at Albon, he's absolutely bolted and I am just absolutely nowhere. I'm using my overtake button as well, and Vettel just dances around the outside of me. we've got absolutely no pace here. And this is really concerning as Dan there goes a little bit wide into the hairpin as well. So that's bided me a little bit more time. But for the moment, guys, it looks like we are absolutely nowhere for this American Grand Prix. As you can see, Vettel already pulled out nearly a second gap already in about a sector and a half. As now Dan is trying to have a look at me here into turn 1. We are just slow as hell. I don't know what to put it down to. We are absolutely slow as hell. And I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. And I'm looking at my throttle monitor here, and it looks like my throttle isn't fully being applied, and I am driving all over the place. This is a terrible episode, but as you can see, my throttle isn't fully all the way down, so I don't know if I have an issue with my pedals. But as you'll see for future episodes, the pace wasn't this bad at all. But as you can see, there's my teammate getting past me as well, as we actually go into the back of him there. I don't know what he was doing into that corner. As you can see, this is the replay. Dan is just locked up, and I've gone into the back of him, so now I'm missing part of my front wing as well. And now we are just, I don't know what to say. This race couldn't get much worse really, as we now go wide out of the penultimate corner. The Haas gets past us. We try and find it round the outside onto those horrible sausage curves, and now it's a drag race up towards the first corner. And Magnussen's got me, and now the other Aston Martin, now the other Haas is now trying to get me. I'm just being absolutely swarmed by these guys, and I must have had an issue with my throttle without realising, because it's never been an issue so far. So this is absolutely baffling to me. And as you can see here, this is now us on lap 6 down the back straight, once again just being absolutely swiped by all these guys, because my throttle is just not working for some reason. I don't know if it's because I've got it in a wrong position or what, but now we've just gone wide once again there to let Latifi through. Stroll's now gone through as well. Now Zhou is going to get past me as well, and as you can see, the throttle is not being fully applied properly. So this is just terrible, and as you can see the replay here, trying to get past Stroll once again. It's just an absolute cluster of cars. We throw it down the inside of Stroll, a little bit of wheel banging as well, and we get past there, and look at us squirming all over the place trying to get the throttle down. So yeah, now we try and hold around the outside of Stroll. That was never going to work. Make contact with the Alfa Romeo, and honestly guys, this has just been an absolutely awful episode, and I just don't know what is wrong with my pedals. And as you can see, the Alfa Romeo there going for a lunge into the last corner and just completely forces me out. I go really wide through the final corner, and yeah, I don't know what to say really. This is just abysmal, and as you can see, yeah, it's not going all the way, and I did not notice this during the time of recording, but this is the end now of the race. Lap 7, I decided just to park up, save whatever parts of the car we have in terms of engine wise and engine wear and stuff. Just retire the car and just save it for another day, because honestly that was embarrassing. Very, very embarrassing. And like I said, we didn't have any pace anyway, but now I think I know why. It was just because our throttle for some reason was just not working. So I really do apologise for that, guys. This has been an awful episode, and yeah, I will have a look into why my pedals were doing that and just see if it does it in the future, because it definitely shouldn't be doing that, obviously. So yeah, there we go. P21 and a DNF for us. Dan Tickton managed to get P17, and we do manage to hold on to 16th place in the championship. So hopefully we can hold on to that and progress more in the future episodes, because yeah, it can't really get much worse than that. And as you can see, we're losing driver acclaim as well, which is to be expected, to be honest, because it was absolutely awful. So yeah, we're now nearly at Team Acclaim 13. Dan did quite well in that Grand Prix, getting some points for us nonetheless. And now we are back at the home Grand Prix. And now we are back at the headquarters. I feel much safer here. That was honestly a dismal and yeah, I completely just did not realise at the time. But even if I think we did have our throttle working, I don't think we would have had much pace in that race anyway, because yeah, I was really struggling for the whole Grand Prix really. So yeah, a bit of a shame there. And now we are going through the activities once again, and hopefully in Mexico, when we bounce back, we can have a much better episode. But there we go, guys. That is going to be it for today's Grand Prix. If you have enjoyed it, please do give it a thumbs up. Like I said, if you've missed out on any of the videos, the link will be in the description. Hope you have been enjoying my new voice on this brand new microphone. And yeah, if you have enjoyed, like I said, make sure you subscribed and make sure you leave a like. And I will see you all again in the next one, guys. Take care.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind.